Ba, ba. Doo, 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 doo. Good morning, world. Welcome to 411 Now. Hope you are all doing well. Today we are going to play Dumb Criminal Trivia. Something we normally do on Fridays, but we had a special event last night. So tonight we're going to do, this morning we're going to do trivia. Mike Stevens, Allah is mercy. Good morning, Mike. Allah Akbar. Mike, I hope you are doing well, Mike. It's good to see you. Purple, good morning. Welcome. Doo, doo, doo. Sun rising over the water, and is that trees? Cool emojis. Francie, good morning, Francie. Hello, Francie. Broken Justice, True Crime. Hey, good morning, Tina Reddington. Good morning to you as well. I'm okay. I'm sorry I missed your live about Quentin. Truly think who cares about the children? Gina Marie, good morning. Good morning from Layton, Utah. Kelly P, good morning. I have a list that it says at the top there, cannot confirm. I don't know if I'm not getting that in front of the camera there. Cannot confirm. This is 16 pages total of things that I cannot confirm about the case, when it comes to Quentin so far. And each and every day I make out a new list. I update it, and as I go through and I find the actual answers to the questions, because right now, when it comes to the disappearance of Quentin, I've got more questions than I have answers to. And right now, you would think, from the October 5th to now, the 22nd of October, we'd be getting closer to getting some of the answers. But there's a lot of things that are very, important questions that haven't been asked, and I can't find the answers to yet. You think Quentin was abused by the mother, Mike? That is one of the questions on here. Question 17. Was the abuse of Quentin that was reportedly witnessed by a neighbor? Why didn't they report it? The report was that she hit him so hard that he fell to the ground. It was a backhanded, swinging motion that knocked him to the ground. And then Danny Youngkin, the father of Zane, which is the oldest child, he reported bruises and marks on the child that could not have been explained in a reasonable manner. He kind of put it off to, well, I don't see my son enough. I'm not that great of a custodian. I should be more in his life, and maybe it's because he's a rambunctious child. But there's statements and questions that are in there about different people who witnessed abuse of all the children, and yet no one ever stepped in and no one ever reported it. Now you can go talk to a neighbor tomorrow, it could be anyone's neighbor, and they can say, oh yeah, I heard fighting over there all the time. I saw them abuse them. Why didn't you report it? If you see something, say something. The grandmother was supposed to keep them away from mom. Grandma doesn't even have, I learned this morning, It's one of the questions on there. I learned something very interesting about Billy Joe Howell and Thomas Howell. But I'm going to make another video about the answering this, because this is all just today's. From last night, answering questions that from the actual investigation into her arrests in other states. Yes, Delaney has criminal convictions in other states besides Georgia. Neighbors don't want to get involved. Well, if it was you, Mike, and you saw somebody, abusing a child, would you report it? I mean, put yourself in that situation. I know for myself, if I was to see it, and if I didn't want to get involved, I would make an anonymous call. You can report child abuse anonymously. You don't have to get involved. You can just, pick up the phone, call Child Protective Services, report it, and you don't have to give them your name or nothing. So, not getting involved is, it's kind of a bullshit, reason not to report it. And that's my own opinion, though. So, all right, we're going to play some dumb criminal trivia. The grandmother answered some questions on Alex Erickson's live last night. The Billy Joe Howell, man, I have not seen that Alex Erickson's live, but my mom beat me and I didn't think it was abuse. It was subjective. Oh, trust me, Mike. If you thought it was abuse, it was abuse. All right, so we're gonna play dumb criminal trivia. Because normally we would have played this Friday night, but because last night's special, I had to move the trivia to today, this morning. I know it's not my normal Saturday morning stream, and I'm sorry about that. But people who were waiting for it last night, here it is. So dumb criminal trivia. First question. Arrested for underage drinking in Pullman, Washington, home of Washington State University, and incidentally, the college I graduated from. This young man, name withheld because he is still a minor. Yes, he is 17 as of this date. Spent the night in jail, detention, a sober tank there on the campus. I know exactly where they are all too well. What did this young man criminal do next? Was it A, he was greeted by friends and opened a beer? B, he stole gifts from a Christmas tree? C, took a pee on the front door of the police station? Or D, got into a fist fight with his father? What did he do after he was released? Immediately. What did he do? What did this young man do? He's not that bright, and that's why he's on our list. 6 Cents Amelia. Good morning, Amelia. Good morning, Will and fans. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday to you too, Amelia. Rupo. Good morning, Rupo. Gina Marie going with D. Amelia B. Broken Justice A. What did this young man do? Dun, 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 dun. Getting up my answer key. Might be helpful if I have the answers. All right, for question number 1, the correct answer is B as in boy. And that's an actual photograph from the surveillance camera. That is him smack in the middle of the screen. I got the cursor on his butt. He is stealing gifts from the Christmas wishing tree in the lobby of the police department. Now you might be wondering, how do you know, Will, where the drunk tank is on campus? Well, let's just say when I was going to school there, I may have had a couple too many when I was living in Wharton Hall, the dorms there on campus, and me and my friend got picked up out front of the dormitory, completely smashed out of our effing minds. And they took us to basically it's a drunk tank, but it's on campus. It's not actually at the police department, which is a couple blocks away. And we were charged with underage drinking. Not in possession, but underage drinking. The penalty was a $75 fine, and we had to go to was it like a victims panel thing? And then be evaluated for drinking problems. That was our sentence. We had that, both of us had it expunged as long as we kept our records clean for 2 years afterwards. They got the whole thing got dropped off our records. So it's not actually on my record anymore. So that's how I know where it is. I've been there. Question number 2. Bruce Jacks was out fishing on Saturday night when approached by a local game warden. The warden asked for ID. Problem was Bruce had a warrant for his arrest for non-payment of child support. So he decided to give the warden a fake name, a name he knew very well, that of his best friend. How did this backfire on him? Was it A, his best friend also had warrants? B, he gave all identifying information for himself, such as birth date and address? C, his best friend died recently in a gunfight with police? Or was it D, his best friend was standing right next to him fishing? Samantha Muster McDowell's in the house. Good morning here in America. It must be afternoon or evening in Ireland. But welcome, sweetheart. I hope you had a wonderful week. Glad you could be here with us. A, D, D, B. I'm trying to, there it is. Like trying to move the cursor over to scroll up. Naughty. Yeah. Seems like a nice way to protect your young adults while drunk. Yeah, first you have to be medically cleared to make sure you're not too intoxicated that you're going to die while in the drunk tank there. And then well, I don't know if they still do this. I mean, hell, it's been a long time since I was in college. A long time. I don't even want to think back. Well, let's see here. I have to break out the calculator and figure it out. How long it's been. So this is 2022 minus almost 27 years. Almost. Wow. Wow, says the next fish. Morning from Texas, Cheryl Ann. Good morning and welcome. We are at question number 2. We're trying to figure out what dumb criminal Bruce Jacks did when approached by a game warden. You're conflicted, Amelia? Between B and D? Purple's going with D. Good morning, Gayla. Sneaking in there, I didn't even see you. Good morning, Stardust. Good morning as well. I hope you both had a wonderful week. Thank you for joining us this morning. Charlene is going with B. Almost 4:20 a.m. here. Too early to wake up and wake and bake. So It's never too early for that. Smoke 'em if you got 'em, Amelia. Or smoke it if you got it. All right. Question number 2. The correct answer is B as in boy. He gave all identifying information besides the name. He gave his birthday and his address to the game warden. When the game warden went to go look it up, he's like, wait a minute. This information all matches to you, Bruce Jacks. He was promptly arrested for non-payment of child support. He was almost a year arrears on child support. 115 East. All right, question number 3. Taking a selfie with a weapon, then put to social media prior to doing the crime is one thing. It's a thing altogether to tag the local police in the comments section with what you're about to do. What crime did he get caught doing? Was it A, he robbed a Tesco grocery store, which is a large supermarket chain? There are some Tesco's here in America and Aldi's as well, but this is a store that's predominantly in outside the United States. B, he robbed a bank, or C, robbed a betting parlor, or D, he robbed a charity shop. A charity shop, again, is kind of like your Goodwill or a thrift store that raises money for a charity. So Tesco is here in the UK very popular. Yes, they're very popular in, well, we're starting to get Aldi's here in America, especially on the west coast of the United States. I don't think there are any Tesco's here, but there are definitely Aldi's. Y'all never been to an Aldi's and you ever see one, you need to go stop in and check out Aldi's. Think of Aldi's as kind of like a Super Saver, or a Fred Meyer store. You have Fred Meyer's, Nick, anywhere near you. One-stop shopping for everything you need. No Tesco's where you are, Amelia? Every little helps. I think there might be Aldi's on the East Coast too, Mike. I know that they started off on the West Coast, and I think they're on the East Coast and moving towards the middle of the United States. Fred Meyer Kroger stores, they're buying Safeway and Albertsons. So they will go from number 10 for the largest supermarket chains in America to number 3 in America. Good morning, Gene. Welcome to this morning's, known locally as stress codes. Stress codes, because they're so big. We have a lot of Aldi's. It has been around here for a long time. Well, there you go. Why stress codes? You're buffering, Mike? Oh, I'm sorry. Not on my end, though, Mike. I have 5 out of 5 bars right now. I'm sorry that you're buffering, though. Aldi's usually the cheapest grocery in town. Love it. It's cheap so far. Now from me, share land. All right. What did this criminal? That is an actual selfie that he took. I did blur out the gun in his hand, though, because that's just a little bit. He put it just right above his belly. Question number 3. The correct answer is A as in apple. He robbed a Tesco store, but that was one thing, taking this stupid selfie with him with the gun, but then he tagged the actual local constables in the actual comment section of the tag. And he posted this to several social media outlets, including Facebook. All right. Question number 4. He's back on yet another dumb criminal list. This is the third appearance for him on dumb criminal list. If you look back, this is technically the 5th dumb criminals list I've done trivia. Congratulations, Chris Wallace, convicted of several felonies, all of them ending in some sort of comical way. How did Chris Wallace get arrested this time? And that is his jail picture, Somerset County Jail. Inmate number 09, that's 14, that's from his date, I guess, not the inmate number. The inmate number I can't quite read, but it's there. It's below Somerset County Jail. That looks like a 510150. All right, he fell asleep at the crime. He again left his wallet at the location of the crime. He gave away what he did and where he was at on Snapchat. Or D, again, he sold the loot that he stole to undercover cop. What did this idiot, what did Chris Wallace do again? How did he get caught? Question number 4. A, B, C, and D. Ruben's going with all of them. Some is going with D just because. Gina Marie C. Mike B. What did this guy do? The future's orange. Oh, this guy, the one thing that he should stop doing is committing crimes. After I give you the answer, I'll tell you, what he is, how he's been caught every single time. And it's comical because he's not that bright. He should not be doing crime at all. Absolutely love your quiz. Thank you. I'm so happy I've made it on time. Well, thank you, Amelia. I appreciate it. Gemma, Journey to Grace. Hey, Will. Good morning, Gemma. How are you doing this morning, Art? I hope you are doing well and hope you had a wonderful week. I need to catch up on a couple of your videos. I'm a little bit behind, but I will catch up today. No worries about that. I finally have time today to do it. I'm doing good. Working on a video. Good. Chris Wallace. How did he get caught this time? Well, for question number 4, ladies and gentlemen, just like the last idiot, he gave away what he did on Snapchat. The answer is C, as in cat. He gave away what he did on Snapchat. He not only bragged about it, he offered things for sale on Snapchat that he had stolen. Not the brightest. Okay. Previous arrest for good old Chris Wallace. He's been arrested 3 times for burglary. Once, he left his wallet at the scene of the crime. The next time he was arrested, the second time for his second burglary, he broke into a furniture store and he left behind other identifying information that was there. And the third time, not a furniture store, but it was like a boutique, a mixture of everything. He fell asleep at the scene of the crime. And this time he gave it away on Snapchat. He is not the brightest of individuals. Again, Chris Wallace, if you're out there somewhere and you happen to see this, give up your life of crime. You're not that bright. He's a genius. Yes, he is. Question number 5. Try and keep your cool. On a hot June afternoon in downtown Minneapolis, Minnesota, Justin John Bodine found himself arguing with 2 people while waiting for the bus. Things quickly turned violent for Justin. He ended up punching a lady in the face and a man in the side of the head. Then decided to run for it. What piece of evidence did he leave behind at the bus stop that helped police track him down? Was it A, his wallet, B, his court papers, C, a job application, or D, his anger management homework? I had COVID-19 slowly and on the road to recovery. Oh, I hope you're doing better now, Samantha. Give up your job, become a politician instead. You're qualified for it, right? I don't know if you make a good politician, you could probably, blurt out the truth instead of lying to everybody. D, if he's not, if he needs it. Not he needs it. D, 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 C, D, D, B, D, D. A little bit of everything. Anybody guess? Or Gemma guesses his wallet. I was like, did anybody guess A? B for purple. Is Biden still president? Yes, he is. He is currently the president. We got C, job application. Question number 5. What did he leave behind at the scene to help police track him down? Broken Justice is going with C, a job application. Well, ladies and gentlemen, for question 5, the correct answer is D, as in dog. He left his anger management homework behind. He was convicted twice before for assault and battery, and he was assigned to have to take anger management classes. And when he got into the fist fight with the lady and the man at the bus stop, he left a folder with his anger management homework in it, and it had his name printed right on the papers. So obviously the anger management isn't working for this individual. Anger management homework. Not the brightest of individuals. Question 6, we're going over to the UK. Manchester, UK. Sometimes it's best to wait until you're older and wiser to start your career as a criminal. The duo committed several crimes, but the last one was for the record books. Simple vandalism. But how they got caught is the best part. How did they get caught? And thank you for the super chat, Broken Justice. I appreciate it. For Turner sketching his arms forward, rising his thumbs up. Thank you very much, Broken Justice. I appreciate that. And that might be obscured on your screen by my logo in the corner there. So I'll read them all off to you. They blamed the other one for the crime. B, they wrote their name on the wall. C, they came back to where they committed the crime for more loot while police were there. D, they bragged about it on Facebook. Never heard of these two? B, says me. A and C. B. Shiba dog with sparkles in his eyes saying, my hero. Thank you again, Broken Justice. I appreciate that. We got C and D. All in all, it's just another brick in the wall. Another brick in the wall. I might listen to that later. While you guys are figuring this one out, I'm gonna pull out that record. Now that you got it stuck in my head. I'm going to listen to it later after the stream. Can't listen to it during the stream because it'll get me copyright matched. And I'm trying to be a good boy and follow YouTube's rules so I can eventually get the store link. All right. Well, I'll keep on looking for that in a minute here. The answer to question 6 is B as in boy. B as in boy. They broke into the place and spray painted their full names on the wall, being arrested for simple vandalism. Yes, they're not that bright. First and last name, and then their actual like street slang tag, nickname. They painted it on the wall. I have my original wall. Put it on a record on. And I can't, Rupel. I'll get copyright matched, and then YouTube won't give me the store link. Trying to play within their little funny rules. You have your original of the wall, but the correct answer to this one was B as in boy. They painted their names on the wall. Question 7. We're going to Austin, Texas, back to the United States. Connor Ford was down on his luck, along with his wife, Mona, so he said. The two found themselves sleeping in his car, unable to afford a hotel or motel. When police informed him he needed to move his car because of an upcoming parade, when he exited the car, what fell to the ground besides his pants? Was A, a crack pipe, B, a meth pipe, C, a weed pipe, or D, $3,200 in cash? What fell to the ground besides Mr. Connor Ford's pants? If you're wearing Pink Floyd t-shirt on YouTube, do you get copyright issues? No, Francie. It's not a copyright match, but it can be considered unsolicited advertisement for a company or a brand. I mean, it's just like sitting here and drinking Red Bull, all day long, like I normally do on a stream. But it can be considered unsolicited advertisement. The brand, and the copyright owners of the name, or, in that situation, the band may not like it, that you're advertising their band or their product. But it's one of those things where, first they would have to send you a cease and desist letter telling you not to, promote their item. But, I'm not holding it up to the camera and telling everybody, hey, drink Red Bull. It's the best energy drink out there. Let me tell you about the benefits of how many calories are in every Red Bull, 8-ounce can. I'm not doing that. That would be an advertisement for it, but it would fall into the gray category of unsolicited advertisement. Now, Family Detective. Question 7. What fell to the ground besides Connor Ford's pants? Amelia's going with A, B, and C. D, A. Red Bull gives you wings. They got sued over that. No joke at all. A gentleman, I believe he was from originally from Ohio, someplace in Ohio, was the first person who joined, and then they tried to make it a class action lawsuit against Red Bull because, and I'm not joking, he said that he had been drinking Red Bull for years and he never got wings, and he called that false advertising. That Red Bull gives you wings. He never got wings, So he sued them. Red Bull, they settled out of court the lawsuit. I think there were like 3 or 4 people, but the first guy that joined it was from Ohio. They made a deal out of court. If you had a cash register receipt that showed that you actually purchased Red Bull within a 1-year period from the time this guy said he started drinking Red Bull and he never got his wings, that if you had the receipt, you could send it into Red Bull and they would send you a gift certificate for 1 free can of Red Bull. No joke. But that's all expired. I think they all expired last year. But they would send you a gift certificate so you could go to this and get 1 free can of Red Bull. I think it was for the 16-ounce size of Red Bull. But can you imagine that, though? This man really thought that he was going to get wings. He sued him for false advertisement because he never got his wings. That's the world we live in. Oh, man, I'm bombing out today. Well, hopefully you get this one right. Question 7. What fell to the ground besides Connor's force pants? The correct answer is D as in dog. $3,200 in cash fell to the ground along with his pants when the cops asked him to move his car. It was illegally parked on a city street that was about to have a parade. Gemini said, I got it right. Yeah. Dummy. Yeah, but they said they couldn't afford a hotel or a motel is what he told the officers. That's why they were sleeping in their car. Then here's the guy's got $3,200 in cash. Motel 6. We leave the lights on for you. What do they cost? $40 a night? 50? I mean, it's a hell of a lot cheaper and more comfortable than sleeping in your car, I guess. But, to each person. Well, I just sent a membership message in the chat. 3 months as a member. Just sent a membership message. I didn't see it. I'm sure other people did. That was really nice of you to do that, Gemma. Give away membership. Hopefully somebody snags it up. I mean, 3 free months of being a member, and you get access to, I think there's 135 videos that are just for only videos. And at the end of the 3 months or a month, even if you join and you don't use that link that she posted, you can watch all the videos, and then after that, decide if you ever want to keep a membership. And you get access to everything for as little as $1.99 a month. I mean, that's pretty cheap. But a lot of people, what they do is they watch them and then they drop the membership and they wait a couple months and then they pick up the membership again. And then there's others, who keep the membership around because they get, access to, additionally, they get live streams and exclusive content that is not made public. So membership is a good thing for those who want it. I slept in my car, but I was broke and homeless. I'm not homeless anymore. People have to do what they do, Gina Marie. I don't hold that against anybody, but in this case, the man had $3,200 in cash. It was obviously, a lie that they were sleeping in their car because he couldn't afford a motel or a hotel, And the other thing is, why was his pants unbuttoned and undone? So for the point it fell to the ground. You have to wonder about what was really going on in the car. Hit between him and Mona. Maybe Mona was moaning. Dun-dun-dun. No, thank you, Gemma. I appreciate the super chat. All right, going on to question 8. New Hampshire, USA. It's never a good idea to break into homes, even if they are summer rental homes, once you start to drink. However, we could have a dumb list if criminals did that. What crime did, you guys pronounce his name there, do after he had a few too many? How was he caught? Was it A, he broke into a home and took a nap? B, he broke into a furniture store and took a nap? B, he broke into his ex-wife's apartment and took a shower, then a nap? Or D, he broke into his ex-girlfriend's place and moved in all his belongings? What did he do? All right, let's try to pronounce the last name. Renaud Plaisir. You know, I'm probably butchering that. Purple, I'm back. What did this brilliant criminal do? Question number 8. A, B, D. Now family plug life. Is that what the free membership link looks like? That people can click on? Because on mine it's scrambled. E, all the above, says Purple. Yeah. We do have somebody missing, don't we? We don't have inner P's here. Yes, E for everything and with something funny. I hope she's doing well. Brilliant criminal. New Hampshire, USA. What did this brilliant criminal do? What is criminal an anagram of? Do not know. Some shoes and inner P's. Question number 8. All right. Question number 8. The correct answer is D as in dog. He broke into his ex-girlfriend's apartment and moved in all of his belongings. He was then arrested for breaking an entry, violation of a no contact order, and he was arrested for drug paraphernalia that he had in his pockets on him when they arrested him. Didn't say he had any drugs, he just had drug paraphernalia. So I'm guessing that was some kind of like pipe of some sort, or I don't think it could be rolling papers, because you could say that those are for cigarettes. So I don't know if that would be paraphernalia. But D as in dog. All right. Question 9. Tulsa, Oklahoma. Jacob Weiss makes yet another dumb criminal list. This time, however, he takes the list top 10. What did he do this time? Oh, this guy's brilliant. And he is a brilliant. Was it A, he stole gift cards from a Christmas holiday tree in the lobby of a police station? B, gift cards from Walmart that were never activated and had no money on them? C, he stole gift cards from a police turning your gun for a gift card exchange program? Or D, he stole gift cards from a 3% militia organization? Well, I'm trying to buy Super Chat, but Google Play pops up. Won't let me set a new password. What other options are there? I appreciate it, Gene. First off, you don't have to. But there's PayPal Me. is another option. I don't have the link for it right away. You have to give me a minute. I have to bring up my channel. Everybody's gonna hear a little music. It's not copyrighted material. Hopefully I got past that before it starts playing. It takes a second. I got to for it all. Wade through all the different pages here. All right. Put it in the comment section. There. I appreciate it, but again, nobody has to ever do any of the above. Super chat or give me anything, but I do appreciate it immensely. Confused? Why won't be after the next episode of Soap? The TV show Soap? Wasn't the spinoff Benson, or was was Soap the spinoff from Benson? That brings me back some time. Wonder how much money in theft happens every day. Oh, that's a good question, Francie. I don't know. Where is Air Peas and Cement Shoes this morning? Cement Shoes is here somewhere. At least he was. I don't know where he is right now. But question number 9. What did this bright criminal do? Ladies and gentlemen, you're not going to believe this, just how dumb this guy is. But he committed C, as in cat. He stole gift cards from a police turning your gun for a gift card exchange program. Yes, he stole gift cards from the police. Do you know how this individual got caught? Because he turned in a non-working gun to the police and was given one gift card, but then decided to reach over the table and grab a whole stack of them and run away. Ladies and gentlemen, they had his name, his address, his phone number, presumably, on the gift card exchange list for turning in the firearm to get the gift card. And then he decided to commit a crime in front of a bunch of police officers. That really, and his last name is Weiss. Not very wise, is he? I understand, but I'm happy for you. Police car emoji. I don't know what that was. I just worked out. I was gifted a membership. Now it's too late. I didn't know I couldn't watch members. You could watch members only. Yeah, there's a whole list of videos for members only. Plus, on top of it, the live streams don't show up on the members only. You'll get notification when I do the only for members. You get notification of the stream. But I don't know if I'm pretty sure it doesn't show up in rewind underneath members only. It shows up underneath past live streams, and then it's available to the actual public after it's played. So that's one of those quirky things with YouTube. It's not my setting. Okay. Going on to question number 10. Guess the stupid crime this man has committed. Not once, but 3 times. Was it A, polygamy and theft? B, murder and polygamy? C, assault and fraud? Or D, terrible taste in tattoos and abuse was it of an animal? That's what covered up on my logo there, an animal. Was it A, B, C, or D? polygamy and theft, murder and polygamy, assault and fraud, or terrible taste in tattoos and abuse of an animal. What did this man commit? Not once, not twice, but 3 times. All I know is I hate him. Those are some lovely face tattoos. I highly suggest if you never want to be employed ever again, and a large percentage of the jobs that are out there, get a facial tattoo. I'm not saying that it's in taste. Each individual to their own. If you want to get a facial tattoo, go right ahead. I know some people with them, but I would never get one. It's like right now with this long sleeve shirt on. You can't see any of my tattoos except for the one on my hand right here. So you can't see my tattoos. Hey, look, there I am in the corner. I have to keep on forgetting to put myself in my little box. Boop, boop. Quite common there. Just throw them in jail. D, D, C, A, B, D. I'd rather pass the douchey. But see, now you can actually, it takes away the logo when it puts me in the corner. So you can actually see an animal. That's my bad. My bad. I know, Will, but I would love to buy you a cup of coffee. Dean, I'd love to have a cup of coffee with you. I'd love to have a cup of coffee with a lot of the people that are out here in the stream right now today. I think it'd be fun. Hopefully, someday I'll get to travel again and I'll be able to, visit people, and get together and have, meetups. It'd be fun. All right, what did this bright criminal do? Question 10. Good morning, Vietnam. Letters from Haiti. Good morning. And what a great movie with Robin Williams. Good Morning, Vietnam. I have the actual soundtrack to that. Or a beer. Stardust. Beer. Tea for Samantha. I'm in Michigan, so no coffee. They don't like coffee in Michigan? I know they do back home. My family brews what's called cowboy style coffee. If y'all don't know what that is, you've never had a cup of coffee until you've had a cup of cowboy coffee. Let's just say that you have to have an old style like percolator that you put on the stove or over a campfire. You have to start off with something like that, not one of these aluminum cheap ones. It's got to be an old one that hasn't been cleaned in like 80 years. So the inside of it is blacker than your soul. But you dump a whole bunch of coffee in and you boil it, and then you pour it until it's thick and dark, like dark as black coffee you've ever seen. And it's stronger than a lot of espressos, like single shots of espresso. That's how I make it. No coffee, you will. Like how you said, the percolator, it rolls off your tongue. Whiskey. Cowboys. Coffee. So thick, the spoon stands up in it. Yeah. Oh, but that's the way my family brews coffee. I remember as a little kid just watching them go, think like you burn through a can of coffee, pretty quickly. This stuff they damn near eat the stuff, and then all the coffee grounds go out into the garden for worms, because that's where you put the coffee grounds in the ground and you mulch it in with the dirt, and the worms love it. So when you need to go fishing and you need bait, you go out to where the coffee grounds are, because it's easy to catch the worms because they're all in the coffee grounds. So there's that. Cowboy coffee and a pot of chili. There you go. All right. What did this dumb criminal do? The correct answer is A as in apple, polygamy and theft. Yes, it wasn't that he was arrested on the third theft charge that they realized when his third wife and his first wife both came to visit him in jail. Wait a minute. How can you be married to the first wife and be married to the third wife? And the jail is what who put it together. Wait a minute. You're actually married to three different women. Wife number three didn't know that he wasn't divorced from wife number two, and wife number two didn't know about number one or number three. But he was married to three different women at the same time. And he was convicted of the theft, and he got just a little over 1 year for his third count of theft. I like cacao and chili in hot milk, best winter warmer ever. Ooh, my wife would love that. More pure cacao, you can get. It's really hard to get it around, at least where we live here. She has to order a lot of it online because the percentage wise, prefer in soap. Question number 11 to make everyone think this morning. YouTubers, aka content creators, are just like other people in society. How many of these creators over 100,000 subscribers have been arrested, convicted, and sentenced for stupid crimes, ranging from petty theft to public nudity? And this is based on the averages for general population. So you take the total population of any demographic, and a certain percentage of them have been arrested for stupid crimes. Is the answer between 1,000 and 5,000? B, 5,000, 9,000? C, 9,000 to 13,000? Or D, way more than 100,000? Based on the general population of arrests, what is the average total amount of content creators? And you might be surprised how many content creators on YouTube have actually been really convicted of crimes. And some of the largest channels out there have been arrested from everything from drug possession to vehicular assault, illegal trespassing. That's a good one. That's one that's happened quite a few times, especially with those who are into what they call it splunking or whatever it is, where they go to like abandoned buildings and look around and show them, especially sanitariums and stuff. How many of them have been arrested for trespassing? 95% deserve to be arrested. All hail YouTube creators. Francis says, I must say B. Excuse me. Amelia, I agree, says he. What is the average based on general population of people in society for subscribers when only taking the top from 100,000? There are far more channels out there on YouTube, like my own, that have less than 100,000 subscribers. If I was to move all of my subscribers into one platform from YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and not taking those who only a couple of people follow me on Twitch because I don't use it anymore. But if you take all of them, I'd have over 100,000 subscribers. But I don't. So such is life. I'll get there someday. Love you, Will. Thank you for speaking up for autism. Gemma, it's my pleasure. My pleasure, Gemma. Got a new video that's coming up today on Taco Podcast in a couple hours here. All right. Question number 11. The correct answer is B as in boy. It's between 5,000 and 9,000 based on the population density, here in America of YouTube creators, taking just the top percentage of between 5,000 and 9,000 would be the answer of those who have been arrested for stupid crimes. Question 13. Last man standing gets a plea. What stupid crime did Tim Allen get arrested for? Yes, we all know who Tim Allen is. Was it for A, murder, first degree, B, drug smuggling, C, making the movie Christmas Story 2, or D, not returning a neighbor's tools? That's a Tool Time reference. But what did Tim Allen get arrested for? I have a French coffee press. It's great for making fresh, strong cups of Cowboy Joe. Yeah, I have a coffee press in the house. Most of the coffee we brew though is through a drip coffee maker because we drink so much of it between. Well, normally it's me and my wife that drinks coffee. My daughter doesn't drink coffee. Neither does my son, thank God, because that boy's just bouncing off the walls anyways. But we have a lot of times, especially on the weekends, we have a lot of family members come in and out. Maybe they'll have a cup of coffee or tea. Looks creepy, like a creepy cop. Kalamazoo, Michigan. Tim Allen? No way. Yeah. Yes way. Yes way. And in case you're wondering, when he was arrested, this is 1978. That's what Tim Allen looked like in 1978. Look at that porn stash. Boom, boom. Tim Allen, 1978. I'm trying to remember the cop's name. Allen. $1978. What did good old Last Man Standing Tool Time with Tim the Tool Man Taylor? What did he get arrested for? Arrested and convicted, I might add. He was definitely convicted. Question number 13. I'm scared to guess, not Tim Allen. Let's just say he took a plea deal. He turned on the other people, gave testimony on them. I'm guessing D. I'm striking out, guys. Not returning his neighbor's tools to Wilson from Tool Time. Not reaching over the fence and handing the tool back over to him. Gene is going with D. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the correct answer for question 13 is B as in boy, drug smuggling. He was arrested in 1978 for smuggling 650 grams of marijuana. 650 grams. Not like a little bit. That's quite a bit of weed. But he took a plea deal on the charges of drug smuggling, and he served his sentence, did his probation, paid his fine, and everything else, and has moved on from that. But marijuana, drug smuggling. All right, next question. What was the super silly and downright stupid crime Robert Downey Jr. was arrested for and convicted of? excuse me, was it A, buying Mary Jane marijuana from an undercover police officer, B, drug paraphernalia, C, making the movie less than zero, or D, theft of movie props? What was Robert Downey Jr. arrested and convicted for? Jam is going with B, Francie, D, theft of movie props. Good old Iron Man. Will, what's the little boy doing for Halloween? How old is he now? Gene, he is 6 years old. Yes, he's big 6. What is he doing for Halloween? He is going as a character from I gotta remember the name of it, the show. I'm drawing a blank on the name of it. Well, he's going as a cartoon character from some anime show. But he's not going door to door trick or treating because he doesn't do well with meeting new people or that kind of interaction walking up to a strange house. So we're going to a family friendly event where it's like trunk or treat. It's just a bunch of people in our local area who we all park our cars in a church parking lot, and we open up our trunks, SUVs, minivans, whatever, and children come from car to car and go trick or treating that way. It's a safe that way. They're not out walking on the streets where other drivers are not going to see them, or we don't have to worry about them getting tainted key or any of the other things. So we're going to a family friendly event like that, and there's other things. There's games for them to play. They get face painting. They'll have pin the tail on the stem on the pumpkin, kind of like pin the tail on a donkey. They'll have beanbag tosses for prizes. But there's a whole lot there besides the trunk or treat that is offered for them. And about half of the families that are going to be offering treats during the trunk or treat, instead of candy, we've come up with alternatives that are more nutritious than just high fructose corn syrup loaded candy. So don't do Halloween. It's too overloading. Yeah, it's definitely too overloading for my son. He has a lot of it's sensory overload for him to do something like that. So we're really connected with our local community of those parents out there that have children with disabilities. So we're in this way, but this is open to everybody, all children. It's not just those with disabilities. Oh, I definitely do, Gemma. Definitely understand. Robert Downey Jr. in court saying he's addicted to drugs. I don't remember what it was about. Long time ago. It was, Francie. What did Robert Downey Jr. convicted of? Question number 14. The correct answer is B as in boy, drug paraphernalia. He was arrested with a crack cocaine stem. Paw Patrol, PJ Mask. PJ Mask. That's it. Thank you, Gene. I knew somebody would know what it was. PJ Mask. I can't remember what the little blue guy is though. That's his costume, the blue one. Because I know there's a green one, a pink one, I think yellow. So it's yellow, blue, green, and blue. Or did I say blue twice? Maybe there's a red one. I don't remember. Apologies, connection dropped. Oh, Amelia, I'm sorry. Reference to his drug issue in the Iron Man final movie. He's definitely, turned it around. If you've ever seen the movie Less Than Zero, There's a lot of parts of that movie that was pretty much like, that was in the heyday of his drug addiction. But question number 15. All right. What extremely disturbing crime was Matthew McConaughey charged with, but ended up just paying a $50 fine for? Was it A, disturbing the peace and nudity? B, making the movie failure to launch? C, vandalism? Or D, making the movie My Boyfriend's Back? What did Matthew McConaughey do? That master criminal, Matthew McConaughey. A, probably the bongo drums, is Karen. Good morning, Karen. If I forgot to say hello earlier, I'm truly sorry. I hope you are having a wonderful day, and I hope the past week as well. I'm glad you could be here with us today. This is the last question. 15 questions on the trivia today, ladies and gentlemen. What did Matthew McConaughey do? Master criminal. What extremely disturbing crime did Matthew McConaughey do? All right. Good morning, Will. Good morning to you again, Karen. Disturbing the peace, making a movie, vandalism, or making another movie. I actually liked Failure to Launch. I didn't enjoy My Boyfriend's Back. That wasn't my cup of tea, as they say. But I liked Failure to Launch. I thought it was a good movie. No, I don't want there to be a last question. Sorry, Amelia. If you missed a while, you got disconnected, you can always go back and watch them and rewind. Purple is going with A. A, and A. Can we please have a bonus round, Will? I don't have any more of them done that are on a slide. Sorry. I would love to add a bonus round. Maybe next time. All right. What master criminal thing did Matthew McConaughey do? Ended up paying a $50 fine for? Ladies and gentlemen, the correct answer is definitely A. What did Matthew McConaughey do? Well, ladies and gentlemen, he was with his friends. They were out partying most of the night. And then he came home and he smoked himself a massive bong, of marijuana higher than the Empire State Building, and decided to play the bongo drums in his living room, buck naked, or if you want to say, in his birthday suit. And that's what he did. The police came to the door. He didn't hear them because of his enthusiastic bongo drum playing. They came into his home and they arrested him for disturbing the peace. The neighbor who reported the loud noise at 2 o'clock in the morning, who was so upset about Matthew McConaughey playing the bongo drums, actually had his house for sale and has since moved away. That home is now owned by Matthew McConaughey. So now there's no one nearby to report his loud, obnoxious bongo drum playing at 2 o'clock in the morning. So that's what he did. What a master criminal. That's all 15 questions. All right. I hope everyone enjoyed the 15 questions. So Okay, it doesn't hurt to ask. If you ask, you don't get. That's true, Amelia. It never hurts to ask. Yes, Red Bull wings. LOL. Does the winner get Red Bull? If you're a winner, you can buy yourself a Red Bull. I'm not allowed to give away prizes anymore. I don't. I don't. I want to follow YouTube's rules for giveaways, but I have to make sure I follow their rules. And right now, we have a lot of scammers who are hitting YouTube creators. And what they're doing is they're going to the comment section after videos or live streams, and they're telling people you won a prize and to contact them through Telegram or through another app. And then they tell you, this is the prize that you won. All you have to do is pay for shipping, or you have to pay for a processing fee. And as silly as that may sound, a lot of people actually fall for it because the prize that they say that you won is usually something larger and more expensive than a minimal fee for shipping. They might say it's $9 for shipping a brand new laptop to you, or a cell phone, or whatever it might be, and people fall for it. But once they get your credit card information, and it looks like it's an official site for shipping, they just keep on dinging that card over and over again until they clean you out or they hit your credit limit. And then after, what do you might not even know it right away. And they do these transactions over and over again, and it's such a rapid speed. You can't just do one transaction for $9. As soon as you do that, immediately it just keeps on nailing people. And unfortunately, a lot of people have fallen, prey to these things because they think that on the actual comment itself, they've used everything from, a name that looks like mine, like 411 now, except for they'll add a number 2 next to it. So it'll be 411 now 2. So people think, oh, it's the official, channel. He's reaching out to me and contacting me. Or they've used the word admin, as their screen name, and they're contacting you as admin. So, but admin is just a name that anybody can use the word admin. You could all change your name to that right now. Admin number 1, 2, 25, 68, 41 now, admin. I can't stop you, and neither can anybody else. But these scammers know it, and they have cleaned out a lot of people. Now, me and my moderators have done the best we can. We're constantly watching my content to see if these things are coming up, and they do pop up from time to time, especially on older videos, because I will not be. They think, well, he's not watching this older content. Now, I have over 400 videos and over 300 total live streams in the past 4 years that I've been doing this. It's impossible for us to watch every single comment. And let's just say they put a comment on in reply to a video that was 3 years ago. I may not see that reply or know that it's even there, but you get notification every time somebody replies to your comments, and they're counting on that. So again, this is why I don't do any giveaways. I never will be anytime soon. And if I do, everyone's going to know in advance before I do it again. I've got a whole bin over, outside my studio on the shelf of stuff that I want to give away: hats, mugs, shirts. They're all just sitting there from my last merch supplier who no longer in business. But I have them all. It can't give them away because of what's going on right now. You see those, you report to the channel immediately. But Amelia, what would be better is if you click on the 3 dots on that comment and report it to YouTube, because unless if you can tell right away, because they always use the same thing. And if you ever click on the link, which you shouldn't do, but if you are, you immediately you can tell that it's not somebody who speaks English as a first language, There's a lot of grammar errors in it and spelling errors throughout the, every one of the pages. Really simple things, where it redirects you to another website that is outside of the United States. So that's why. Will, the blue PJ character is called Catboy. Thank you, Gene. Thank you very much. So my son's going to be Catboy. I just know he's the blue one. It's kind of like, my daughter, when she was younger, she was really into Teletubbies. She really liked the Teletubbies and the Veggie Tales. I don't know if anybody remembers those, but so creepy. But in a nutshell, when it comes to these scammers, if there's a way for scammers to make a buck, they're always constantly trying. I mean, it's one thing to have to worry about the person, who you see actually making content, and they tell you they're raising money for one thing, and it's not through an official link that is on a side for a charity. They tell you in the comment section that it's for a charity. That's another scam that actual creators, do. But it's one thing to worry about that, then you have to worry about these other people. You have to be safe out there. Will, you going to pass out treats? Francie, no, we won't be here. We're going to be at the trunk or treat, so nobody will be here at the house. I'm doing a video about the latest UK Prime Minister quitting, and what it means to disabled people like yourself. Oh, that sounds interesting, Gemma. Getting ready for Thanksgiving yet, Francie? We're in the planning stages right now. My daughter's boyfriend and his dad will be here. So it'll be all right, those two. Then my sister, her 4 kids, me, my wife, my son, the daughter, so that's 10. Then my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, my friend Tim. So that's 13 people who will be here on Thanksgiving right now. Now, I don't think it's going to be any more than that, but we'll have 13 people here. Pretty good household. To say that we're making more than one thing is yeah. So we're making turkey and we're making roast. Some people have aversions to any kind of poultry product, and other people have decided that they don't want honey baked ham this year. They want roast or something along that lines. So it takes a lot of work planning to and we have to set things up so each person is three different households are going to make three different parts of it. One's just making desserts and baked goods. One's doing just the main dish with me. I'm making the the turkey and I'm making the roast, and then all the other ones are being the third household is making like the side dishes, like the salads and and hot dishes and stuff. But we'll get it all done. We all come together and we make it, and everybody, the 3 households brings it all together. So some things have to be cooked, or warmed up when they get here, and other things are all ready to go. 13 people, 2 bathrooms on the main floor. Well, one on the main floor, one on the upstairs. We have 3 bathrooms, but I got with Google advertisement a known supermarket brand offering a grocery voucher to do a questionnaire. Luckily, I didn't give my correct birth date. I got spam advertising though. Oh, I've never had that happen. I've seen people fall for other scams though. My friend, she got scammed by a friend of hers who she thought was her friend, direct messaged her through Facebook, saying that her car broke down and she needed money. But that scammer was sending messages out as her and and direct messaging saying that she needed money. Pishing. Yeah, we have three. So upstairs there's two bathrooms, and then downstairs there's one. The house that we live in was built in 1944, and it was originally a duplex. From 44 to 1990, it was a duplex. So that was before I bought the house. And then it was converted into a single family unit. Originally, it was 6 bedrooms, but now there's only 5 because one they converted the master bedroom that I have on the one end of the house, and they've knocked the wall out, so it's got a giant walk-in closet, which used to be another bedroom. So, well, yes, Teletubbies is still around. Barney the Purple Dinosaurs too. What happened to Mr. Rogers reruns? Your grandma? Mr. Rogers, I still see Mr. Rogers. My son watches it, at least on our local PBS station. He watches it there on PBS. They have Mr. Rogers, and then they do Lamar Burton. I think that's how you pronounce his first name, Lamar Burton. He was the one that was on Star Trek, but he has a show that's on right afterwards that he talks about reading. It's kind of like reading Rainbow. But I would suggest checking with your PBS station that is in your area. But we don't have any Barney or Teletubbies. They do Fraggle Rock. That's still airing on the PBS station, at least my affiliate. I don't like Barney. Mentally scared of Barney. And your grandma? Grandma Jean? Fraggle Rock? Yeah. Will, do you ever go to the farmer's market every Saturday and Friday? Fridays, we have Friday market here in our city, and then one city over, we have a Saturday market. So the answer to your question, yes, we were there yesterday at the farmer's market. I picked up grapes, strawberries, and asparagus. So much better than to buy local. It's a lot more greener. For for the environment. Buy local, and it's how fresh can you get it? Well, it was picked that day. In most circumstances, the strawberries and stuff like that. That's what's in season where I live right now, is asparagus and strawberries. Yeah, you can always find mushrooms and potatoes and stuff like that. You can grow those all year round here where I live, because the mushrooms are grown indoors, and the potatoes, hell, if you can find sand somewhere, you can grow a potato. Oh, yummy! I love asparagus. Asparagus with just a little bit of lemon juice on it. That's the way I like it. Don't like butter on it. Just a little bit of lemon juice. Will, is the Kroger gunman going to trial? No, he's not. He has been found mentally incompetent to stand trial. He is currently at the state mental hospital. He will be there until they determine that he is of sound mind to aid in his own defense. And was I going to testify against him? No, I wasn't. But I was, I was going to make damn sure that he went. I went through the entire trial process with him. But at this point, he's not coming back anytime soon. He will be there at least until April of next year. That's the first part of the commitment. If he's found to be of sound mind between now and April of next year, they can remove him early and then start the process. He's gotten to the point where he entered the not guilty plea, and that's as far as it got to this point. Asparagus and strawberries are good for your kidneys. I didn't know that. I mean, I'm sure that they're good for you overall. I mean, there are a lot of vitamins in both. Potatoes. Yeah, Samantha, you can grow potatoes here all year round. Where I live in this valley, it's between the Rocky Mountains on one side and the Cascade Mountains on the other. So a lot of the weather pattern comes up the one side over the Cascades, and it never gets a chance to drop down into the valley. So it comes up and it goes over, and then it goes down the Rockies. As the weather pattern comes down from Alaska, it goes over the Cascades, and then over the Rocky Mountains. So where we are, we get a little bit of snow, but it never gets down to like freezing temperatures where the ground really freezes. So agriculture here is pretty much all year round. If you can find a spot of dirt anywhere, potatoes grow great. We grow a lot of potatoes in this area. Here in Idaho, they grow a lot of potatoes for McDonald's. Good old McDonald's. But they grow a hybrid potato that is made just for McDonald's for their French fries. Will, do you have any thoughts on the daycare worker who testified toddlers with Halloween masks? Thoughts on the daycare workers who terrified? Oh, terrified. I thought it said testified. Terrified toddlers with Halloween masks. I haven't heard of that, Francie, but I mean that's just awful. To do that to little kids like that. Do you have a veggie garden? Yes, I do, Amelia. We have 6 above ground garden beds. 6. So, see, one I have artichokes that I grow, and celery. Celery and artichokes. In case you didn't know this, you can grow them over and over again. If you ever have a garden or the ability to grow on a garden, when you don't cut the entire stalk, all the way down to the root. Cut it and leave about that much of the bottom of the stalk of celery, in the ground. Just cut it off from above there, and it'll just keep on growing back. Same thing with artichokes. They just keep on growing back from their seed, from the root system. Or you can go to the store, buy a stalk of celery, cut all the celery off, but leave a stump about that big. Put it in a glass with water, that comes up just barely underneath the bottom of it, and it'll root out. And then you can take that and plant it and grow yourself a whole new, non-stop thing of celery. Perpetual plants. But yeah, we have, but 2 of the beds that we have raspberries. One is a winter mountain like variety. It's like a deeper, darker raspberry than what you'd find in like the store. It's almost like a blackberry, but it's really dark red. And the other one's just a regular raspberries. But those were here before we bought the house. So were all the garden beds. I am growing cabbage and parsnips and carrots. That's parsnips. My wife likes parsnips, not me. I'm not a big fan of cabbage either, but my wife and my daughter love cabbage. They eat it. They just buy it and they cut it in half and just eat it, just like it is, uncooked. Carrots, I'm indifferent to carrots. I mean, they're good in stir fries and soup, but I mean, I won't go eat carrot sticks by themselves. Our family garden has loganberries. I'm not familiar with the loganberry, but here in this area, naturally, we have huckleberries that grow naturally here, and I'm trying to think what the other one is. So raspberries, huckleberries, and there's another one, not June berries. but there's a third one that grow naturally here. And we don't have bears in this area. Not here down in the valley where I am. Higher altitudes, we have bears, but we have a lot of cougars. A lot of cougars because people are moving farther and farther into their territory, and they're getting moved out, and so they're being displaced, and they're coming farther and farther into town. Raw cabbage, the white center is nice with salt. It's like a radish. You know, I don't think we've grown radishes in a while. My mother-in-law probably grows radishes, but not us. No, no rat. We haven't grown them. I know my wife likes them. She eats them just raw, kind of like an apple. Big old radishes. We can get them at the farmers market. In the store, you get little tiny ones, but the ones that you get at the farmers market are huge. Speaking of mushrooms, have you seen doctors that are treating vets PTSD with psilocybin magic mushrooms? Yes, I have. And actually, I know a friend of mine who has PTSD. On top of that, he has medical issues because he was in a Humvee that was blown up by an IED, an infrared device, blew up their Humvee over in Iraq, and he goes to not here from at our local VA hospital, but he has to go to one in Portland, Oregon, and he's there for like a 2 week period, and they do micro dosing of psilocybin, whatever magic mushroom. They give him micro doses. It's not enough for him to hallucinate, but it's enough for him. They found that it's actually aiding in his PTSD, and making it more easy for him to cope with and deal with on an individual basis. So they've actually lowered the amount of medications that he was on, and a couple of them, I guess, the different medications he doesn't take any more at all. But that's all because of the micro dosing from the psilocybin, or however you pronounce it. Psychedelic plants are being used more and more. PTSD, addictions, trauma, and more. Yeah, but it helps him. You know, he's never going to be 100%, but he's gotten to the point after all these years. He's actually gotten to the point where he can actually work, and he somewhat has and whatever normal life is. He's able to work. He holds down an apartment and takes care of himself now, as opposed to living on the streets, because that's where he was originally after the army, kicked his ass to the street. He was on the streets for several years. Then he moved into a car that somebody gave him, and he lived in his car behind a Denny's restaurant. And then he's gone from that to actually being in the hospital, getting him on medication, and getting him back to somewhat of a normal. And now he's making to the point where he has his own apartment, he has a job, and so I mean he's made a large come up from where he was originally. I truly believe, for everybody out there, I mean, I'm not personally going to do these things, but when it comes to medication, I am 100% belief. I'm not saying that I don't believe in psychiatric medicine at all. I'm, far from it. But the homeopathic way, and some of these things that have been told to us that are, the devil's, lettuce, or the devil's, is involved in it, and that you should never touch these things, have been found to be immensely, helpful in a lot of different disabilities and a lot of different ailments that people have. I mean, I was totally against the, marijuana, for in all, reasons, medical, or recreational, until my wife got cancer. And then I was like, maybe I'm thinking of this all the wrong way. Maybe my entire life I've been given the wrong information. And I was, until I started opening my eyes and actually thinking about it clearly, about how it can actually help people out there, not only, medical wise, but recreational wise. I mean, why have we always been told that, that alcohol, and the side effects of alcohol are, they downplay them, and they always upplay all the, marijuana is the gateway drug to addiction. Little kid, I was always told that marijuana, you start smoking marijuana, the next thing you're gonna do is be shooting heroin, in the bathroom of the school. That's what I was always told. The war against drugs was a lie, and it was a colossal failure. Much as you may not want to agree with it, it was. Doctors use the same compounds, synthetic, natural versions are better. Admire companies that allow people to sleep in their cars in parking lots. Yeah, he wasn't allowed to sleep there. He just did, because he couldn't afford the gas to drive it anywhere. And then whenever he got some money, basically he ate or tried to put some parts of his life back together. Microdosing is like a modern nano. Medical technology is treating mental illness is amazing. To honor people who burnt the witches. I don't know. It's a good question. The Salem witch trials here in America were awful. In a lot of ways. Who said Humpty Dumpty was an egg? Method. That kept happening to me yesterday during my sad time binge day. Losing connection. It's amazing how that works, huh? I've never had more stronger signal, consistent upload speeds and download speeds than I have right now today. We switched from Charter Spectrum. I hate that company. I absolutely hate them. We switched to Ziply Fiber, and we've had some struggling points along the way where we've lost connections for a couple of days, because we live outside. Here's town. We live outside of the actual town itself, and there's nothing in between here except for desert, basically. I mean, there's a couple concrete pads and buildings, but not much. But they've had to run this, the fiber optic system out to us. There's been growing pains, but it's amazing what the speeds and the consistent, upload speeds and and everything else has been since we've gotten it. Cannot complain. I love all 6 children dearly, but I'm on a live. My daughter wants to microdose. I'd like to learn about it. If it helps, I'd be open to it. Asawaka retreat. She raves about the therapeutic it has for her. I have one friend, I'll tell you about this, Francie, who did Asawaka. He went to a retreat like thing, and this was in the Bahamas or someplace like that, some island down there. But he went to this Asawaka retreat, and he said he has never been sicker in his damn mind from doing that. I mean, I guess you drink that Asawaka like tea, and you just vomit and vomit and vomit, and then the trip starts, and it's just like, wow. I was like, so what did it do for you? He's like, it was an experience that I've never experienced before. I'm like, okay. Charlotte's Web CBD oil was life-changing in treating seizures in children. That was about the biggest turning point. CBD oil has been, beneficial for a lot of people. It saved my niece's life. They still don't, and medically, they don't know what her medical issue is. They've never been able to figure it out. They just kept on shoving more and more drugs at it, and it never fully treated it all. And then she started doing CBD oils, and she went from having to not be able to even go to school, just getting out of bed in the morning before doing CBD oil was a chore. It was painful, and she couldn't go to school anymore. Had to drop out of high school, because she couldn't make it anymore. Couldn't even make it to school. She went from that to now she's running her own business, and she's got her entire life in front of her, just like it was before. But she completed high school, went to college, and now she runs her own business. I hate that companies with I so felt that I have hated relationship with one of the electric company contractors here. We have no choice here where I live. Electricity is all controlled by the city, which is controlled by the United States government. We don't have a choice. I think CBD saves lives daily. They just never admit it in posting for a friend. Yeah. CBD oils, marijuana, I don't care what anybody does as long as you don't harm other people. To each their own. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to wrap this up here. Thank you again, everyone, for stopping in this morning. I hope that you all have a terrific weekend and a safe weekend for what's left of it for you. Did I make breakfast, Francie? No, I did not. No, I have been in this studio since 3 a.m. this morning. Well, I left for about 40 minutes, but I've been in here since 3. I had to take my friend to the airport, but had to be a little taxi this morning. He had to be there at 5, and then I drove back here, and here I am now. But I'm going to wrap this up because it's closing in on 10. And I still have at least another 4 hours worth of work ahead of me. But thank you, everyone. Again, if you enjoyed this, give this a thumbs up really quickly. If you're not a subscriber and you've just been sitting back and listening, I hope that you will, think about subscribing. And we'll find out here how many people unsubscribed in just a minute, or subscribe. This was fun. Thank you again, everyone, and have a wonderful week. Bye.